Hello, my loves. How's everybody doing today? Happy Monday to everybody. Thank you so much for joining me on my channel. I appreciate each and every one of you who tunes in each week to listen to my message. I'm forever grateful to you. Thank you so much. Today is March 30th. Tomorrow is the last day of March. Can you believe it? And then we're going to be in April. It seems like although there's a lot of craziness going on, it seems like the time is definitely passing. We are very much right now transitioning and still transitioning into the fifth dimension, 5D. I think I'm going to post a few articles to help people to gain more understanding about what the fifth dimension is. It is, as some may or may not know, we're living in a hologram, the matrix, right? And it's a 3D matrix that we are living in, but we've been ascending to a lighter frequency, the 5D, where it's a different way of thinking, it's a different way of different way of perceiving certain things. It's moving out of lower level energy such as fear, such as greed, such as hatred, such as anxiety and depression, and it's moving into higher frequencies of love and being grateful and happiness and joy. It's learning how to manifest things easily because you're in the right frequency to have things come to you. In 5D, we're going to see a lot of different relationships. 5D relationships look very different than 3D relationships. It's one of mutual respect. It's one of two evolved people. It's one that comes together for the point of serving the community or doing good for the world at large, with that mutual respect there. So there's a lot of changes. We're going into the 5D. It's about contributing your gifts to your community. It's about living a purpose-driven life, okay? It's about getting in tune with your highest divine nature in order to bring the most freedom and fulfillment into your life. So today we're going to be using the Tiny Tots Tarot. This is a deck that I designed. I've been doing a lot of things with these colors. I was painting yesterday and I was using the color spectrum, Roy G. Biv, the colors of the rainbow to do my painting, which corresponds a lot with your chakras. You need to definitely be focusing on your chakras. If you go to the blog on my page, www.madebyme.com, I posted a podcast interview that I did not too long ago, and it's about how to maintain and balance your chakra system without doing too much, without doing the most, but how to keep it flowing freely, because those are our energetic centers, and it's what we're going to we've been operating out of them, but what we're definitely going to be operating out of going into the 5D. It's the system that is getting an upgrade. So you may be going through some ascension symptoms right now, so it's very important to keep your chakras balanced. So if you go to that podcast, it's posted on my blog, you can read, listen to all the different ways that I give on how to balance your chakra system, because that's going to be very important right now. But in this reading, we are going to be talking about what you need to do to chase and align with your purpose. Because if you haven't started to feel it yet, you're going to start to feel this deep-seated need, a desire to align with what you came here to do. In this time of introspection, in this time of being inside the house, where most of the things that you're doing is thinking, you're going to be thinking about, how can I contribute? How can I help the world? There's so much going on. There's so many people using their skills to give to the next. There's so many people uplifting and supporting their communities right now. How can I be in this? Well, how can I get into this? How can I use my talents and abilities? So my best suggestion to you would be to get a soul purpose reading done from me, which are personalized, so I can help you to put you on the path of where you need to be. And also there's information of how to make whatever your purpose is something you can earn money from, how you can infuse your finances to it, especially for those who want to do self-employment, working for themselves. This is definitely a good reading for you. But even if you're doing it separately from your job, from your everyday job, which that is going away in the 5D. I'm going to tell you, it's not going to happen right away, but this should really show you, there's not going to be any more, I work a day job, cleaning windows, and at night I do my sculpting because that's what's really in my heart. It's gonna be, I'm a sculptor, I'm an artist, I'm a musician, I'm a teacher, I'm a healer, I'm a Reiki practitioner, I'm a shaman. Not I do this and X, Y, and Z to make ends meet. I do this and I get paid for it very abundantly, and I love what I do. And so that's where 5D, that's where we're shifting to, and we've been shifting to it. I found an ad that I put out a couple years ago, because us Syrians, us star seeds here, you know, not just the Syrians, but us star seeds here, us clairvoyants, us psychics, we've seen this coming, right? We've seen it coming. It's going to come in for a while now, and now we're really seeing it unfold. The event is happening, and we're trying to get you on the right path. We're trying to tell you, you got to do something that you love to do, and you got to find a way to connect, making money to it if you're going to survive, if you're going to make it to the 5D, okay? Lots of shedding going on right now, so it may feel crazy. You just may feel out of sorts, but trust me, when everything solidifies, we're going to be all right. Everybody's going to be all right. So today we're talking about how to align yourself with purpose, with your purpose. So again, although this is 3:30's reading, whenever you see this message, it is a timeless message. Oh, cards. It is a timeless message, and it was meant for you when you receive it, all right? If you would like these cards, I designed these cards for first-time tarot or oracle card users. I designed them for people who want to do inner child work. I also designed them for children. If your child is showing any interest in cards, or if they're showing any clairvoyant or psychic knowledge or sage wisdom kind of a knowledge, it might be good to put a tarot deck in their hand. So please, Spirit, show us what we need to do to align with our divine purposes, with our soul missions, our divine purposes and our soul missions. Thank you, Spirit. What is it that we need to do to align? Align or die. It's no more about hustling. It's about aligning, okay? Yes, Spirit. Yep. Yep. See, I love this deck. Oh my gosh, look at that. Okay. First of all, I love this spread. You can see all the pretty colors, right? I love this deck. It's very colorful. It's very beautiful. In order for us to find our divine purpose in this time, hold on, let me just straight. Hold on. Oh, get it together. Is it straight now? No, it's straight. Yeah, there we go. That's good. All right. Plan and think about it. Okay? Plan and think. See what's on the mind. Money, right? And this is how we get into the money, right? But it's not just about money. Money is a byproduct of you aligning with your soul's purpose. What you must first chase is your purpose, and the money will come. It will fall into place, okay? So this is what I've been saying for the past like 2 or 3 weeks now, about writing down your goals, not just thinking about them. He didn't just think about the money. He made a plan, a blueprint of how he's going to get to the money, okay? So you need to really think about it. Now is the time to write down all of the things that you are strong at. A SWOT analysis would be perfect. We do this in advertising, right? SWOT standing for your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities, and your threats. So SWOT, SWOT analysis, all right? You can do that with cards. That's a great, for all of my tarot or oracle card readers, you can pull a card for each of those categories. But if not, you can just write it down. What are your strengths, okay? What are your weaknesses? Which weaknesses are just opportunities, really, right? Opportunities and your threats, right? And you're writing these down. I'm really strong at writing and I'm really strong at communicating, but I really don't have great people skills. My opportunity, I know a lot of people, so I can hold different events and try to improve my people skills. Your threat might be my own self-sabotaging behavior. Every time that I go to do something and I think it's going to work, I end up canceling at the last moment, or I end up telling myself that I'm not good enough, or I purposely miss deadlines so that things will fall through the cracks. You have to call yourself on your own BS right now. Write down what it is that you want to do, that not even that you want to do, write down your skills, and then look at everything and see, like, all of that, and how you can use that to serve your community, how you can use that to make the world a better place. But put it together on paper. You may want to start with like a 6-month plan. I also have a 6-month tarot forecast, the energy that's coming up for the next 6 months, so you know what you're working with in order to manifest the life you're trying to manifest. Write that down. 6-month plan, a year plan, could be a 3-year plan, a 5-year plan. I don't know. I just bought 2 new journals the other day, and they brought me such, as you can see by my smile, they brought me such joy. Like I brought a prayer journal, and I bought my everyday regular journal, because I definitely journal every single day, even if it's just getting the ideas out of my head and onto paper. But when I was looking back at all of my journals to see like where I started from and where I am now, it's such a big difference, and I worked towards each of my goals. Some of them came to fruition, some of them did not. The ones that did not, that was not meant for me, or it was not meant for me at that time, because sometimes you get things and you don't know how to use them, or you get an idea and you know it's going to happen, but it's not the right time for that. You have to do X, Y, and Z, and then that idea comes back around, and that happens a lot. And so write down your plans. This is also about planning. So not just writing it down, but like revising your resume, coming up with an elevator pitch, speaking to a business coach or a life coach, speaking to friends who you guys said you're going to get together. We're going to start a company, a tech company. We should really do that now. I would be in charge of this. You would be in charge of this. You would be in charge of that. Because in addition to the planning, we get the movement card. See the horsey? It's after you plan it. It's not even after you're planning. It's like, don't write down the whole plan and then wait till the end of the plan to start to move. It's kind of like write down steps. There's levels to this, right? So plan the first level, act on that first level. Plan the second level, act on that second level. Plan the third, act on the third. Don't try to like write, okay, in 20 years from now, it'll be this. And okay, well, how do I see this in 20 years? I don't really have that plan, so I can't move quite yet. No, it's a balance, okay? It's be introspective and then move on it, okay? Go within, wait a second to receive, and then act on it. It's a balancing act between the two. Some of you are needing to get outside and walk around. Some of you get your best ideas while you're exercising, is what I'm hearing. So you need to, of course, social distancing. Stay in the house. When you walk around the block, around the block in your neighborhood, stay away from people. But don't be going places. I don't understand when people are still going places. Stay in your area or in your backyard. If you got it like that, walk around your property, right? Because movement into the air and the fresh air and being outdoors, especially because you've been cooped up, get outside where you can, that's away from everybody else. As you're moving, somebody asked me, is meditation just as powerful when you're walking around and moving as when you're sitting down or lying down? And it is. I often meditate while I'm cooking or dancing or doing something. I can get my thoughts in my meditation. So some of you need to move outside to get these creative ideas. But this is also saying move on these ideas. A lot of people are creating new ideas based on the fact that work right now has to be virtual, it has to be done through telecommunication. I've seen many businesses that are adapting very well. Darwinism, success or survival of those who are the most adaptable to change, right? So restaurants and their initiatives that they're taking to still be able to feed their communities. Yoga teachers going online. I've seen a lot of healers who are doing sessions where they have their singing bowls, their crystals. They're telling you bring your favorite items, light a candle near your altar. Let's heal together. They're getting very creative. So this is the time for you to get very creative, okay? And move on those ideas. Don't just sit on those ideas, but actually take movement on those ideas. And when this is all done, I feel like a lot of you guys will be either traveling healers, traveling event planners, mobile barber shops. I'm seeing mobility and I'm seeing traveling, because that's what you've done in past lives. That's what your idea is going to bring you. This moment is how to bring my services or my products to my consumers rather than them coming to me. Food trucks, mobile dance classes where you just open the van or whatever it is. It has music you guys set up in a parking lot, or birthday parties. A lot of people are going to figure out how to bring their products and services to their clients, and this is going to be very lucrative for you, and it's going to help you to align with what you want to do, because your passions are what lead you to your purpose. What do you want to do every day that you get up? What are you spending? Every time you get a little bit of spending money, what are you spending it on? Is it comic books? You may be an artist. Is it food? You may be a cook or a chef or a caterer. Is it music? You may be a dancer. Is it spiritual stuff like tarot cards and crystals and incense and stuff? You may be a healer. What is it that you're spending your money on? Fresh starts comes up next, okay? A lot of you are having trouble. A lot of you know you have to let go of certain things that you're doing in order to propel you forward. Got my Earl Grey. Oh, it's hot. You know you're not going back to that job after this whole stay in your house thing clears up, because it's going to clear up. This too shall pass, right? You know you're not going back to that job. You know you are. You're like, see, this is God telling me I needed to quit, right? Or you know you're not going back to that person or that situation or that negative way of thinking. You know you're not going back, right? You just already know it. And you got to figure out how to stay out of what it is that you don't want to go back to. But this is a moment of hitting the reset button, okay? This is a moment of fresh starts. This is a moment where you're taking the leap of faith, and some of you will do things you never saw yourself doing out of necessity at first, maybe, for some of you. But it's going to turn into something you really love. You cannot open one door if the last door is still open, okay? Old keys don't open new doors. If you want new, you have to do new. If you want to experience new, you have to experience new. Some of you want to, go into business and corporate world and stuff, but you're still hanging on to hood shit. You have to put that down. You have to leave that alone, at least for a while. You know what I'm saying? Some of you want better and to hang around with more affluent individuals, but you're still hanging around people who corrupt you or make you feel as though you can't accomplish some things because you feel some kind of obligation to these people, or you feel like you would be selling out to improve yourself and to evolve, and you're gonna have to let that go. Some of you know that you are successful, abundant, divine beings, but you still doubt yourself. But you still tell yourself you can't do it. You still tell yourself there's such thing in this world as impossibility. There's no such thing. The only limits that you have are the ones that you put on yourself. Okay, you can manifest anything. Abundance, the energy of abundance is free flowing. Think of it as clay, and you can do with it what you want, anything that you want. Don't tell yourself you can't do it. So some of you need fresh starts. You need to say, I've been doing this for 20 years. I've been doing this for 15 years, and I'm ready for something completely new. I'm ready to cut my hair, figuratively cut my hair and start fresh, like this kind of a thing. So a lot of people, there's releasing, and we're going through this great cleansing. So there's a lot of releasing that needs to be done. I want to eat better, but I'm using the fact that we're trapped inside the house to just eat like crap, just eat all the cheeseburgers and all the french fries and all the soda. That's another thing that's not going into the 5D, the way that you eat. It's time, regardless of your diet, you need to look up high vibrational foods, and you need to be eating more high vibrational foods than the lower vibrational foods, such as meat, such as dairy, such as sugar, such as caffeine, high fructose corn syrup, preservatives and dyes and GMOs and shit like that. That's not gonna do it for your body. Your body needs to prepare for the 5D. New ways of thinking. Go forward. Stop trying to hold on to the old ways, okay? Because we're moving up. We're elevating. Then we have get creative, which I was just painting yesterday. All these colors, That's another great way to get into a meditative state, is to get creative. Whether you're listening to music, whether you're painting, crocheting will put me in a whole state because I have to just focus on what I'm doing, and it puts me in a very good meditative state. Whatever it is that you're doing, you're gonna have to get creative. This is not necessarily arts and crafts, but it could be arts and crafts. Like I said, the people who are trying to bring their goods and services to their clients, you're gonna have to come up with referral programs, coupon programs, free online events, just a lot of things a lot of tactics that are going to be creative and outside the box, thinking outside of the box. Using your family, because you're in the house with your family, using your kids as spokespeople for your businesses, you know, not child labor, you know what I'm saying, but like letting your kids be a part of it. You're gonna have to get creative in the way that you find your purpose. But this does speak to whatever, I think, like whatever you do, you have to be creative. Whatever industry there is out there, you have to be creative right now. This is adding color to your life. This is collaborating with people that, you know, they have skills, you have skills, and putting those skills together create something even more beautiful. All right, so think outside of the box. Again, when we're going to new, we're not staying in the old. So what is it that you need to do to create a new path? Okay, we're pathfinders. You're not going down somebody else's path. You're creating your own path, all right? So think outside the box right now. Don't think black and white. Think reds and purples and pinks, okay? Then we have boredom, which I'm sure a lot of you are experiencing right now, being in the house. But your boredom, just like this rocket with its flames coming out, will be the catalyst to make you do something. Because it's only, first when you're out of work or whatever, you're sitting there, you're like, oh, a few days off. And then you start getting a little bored, and then you start getting to the phase where like, I can't sit down anymore. I've had enough rest. I've taken enough naps. I've taken enough baths. Now I need to go ahead and be productive, all right? So it's your boredom that's going to stimulate you. Some people I'm hearing right now are artists, and you need to think of things to help people break their boredom, such as puzzles, some new card games, some new toys. Some of you may be toy inventors, some new interactive YouTube videos, something like that. You would make a fortune, or part of your purpose as well is that if you help people to break their boredom, not just in this period, but like going forward in the future, a boredom breaker game or some kind of an activity that would help people to feel stimulated, that would be great for your finding your purpose. But a lot of you have been shut down into this house and into this situation because boredom is supposed to get the best of you so that you can go ahead and find out what it is that you want to do. Because while you're busy and you're having fun and you're being social and you're going out from here to there, you don't have time to think about aligning with your purpose. But when you're sitting in the house bored, I should be doing something. Then here come those thoughts about what you should be doing, right? So boredom is very much going to be a catalyst for a lot of people. Use it as a catalyst. Don't just be bored and, oh, well, I'm just bored. No, turn that energy, transmute that energy, alchemize that energy into creating something new. And with the boredom, a lot of people are feeling trapped. You see how very accurate these cards are right now? You're feeling like you're trapped in the home. Those of you who have been through periods of spiritual solitude, you may be navigating this a little bit better, but there's some people who are very much social butterflies. They're never in their house. They're only in their house to sleep. And I just want to send sympathy to those people, because don't look at them as like, it's just staying in the house for a little while, because this is not what they're used to. Like, some people are very used to having that human interaction on a daily basis, and this is a lot for them. You know, they're feeling very, very trapped. Sympathies, deepest sympathies to those people, but you can get out of this, okay? This is finding, again, being creative. I saw somebody having a social distancing Zumba party on Instagram where in the backyard, everybody was standing outside of their doors, but they were in their own backyards. But the one lady was there and she was doing like Zumba exercises and everybody was following along. I don't know if you've seen the video of all the people like in Italy and Spain who are singing out of their windows or playing instruments out of their windows for like everybody in the community. There's still ways to connect. We are alone together, right? This is definitely going to increase the sense of energetic connection that we all have. We're gonna more realize how united we are right now. This is when telepathy is going to, for those of you who have the power of telepathy, which is a real thing, this is when telepathy is going to increase. This is how we're going to show the world how we are computers. And just like Wi-Fi, we have the power to connect with other people. This is why distance energy healing and distance sending intentions by distance is a real thing, because energy is a real network. And this time will also show you that even though you can't be with someone physically, you can still connect to their energy, whether they are here on the earth plane or if they have passed over. Energy never dies. And so this is definitely part of your purpose, is being able to communicate with people through feeling, right? Oh, look at me kicking the damn thing. Through feelings, right? So that you won't feel trapped. Please just keep in mind, if you can just keep the glimpse of positivity, that this will be over, that we will not be trapped in our house for the rest of our lives, that it is uncomfortable, to be in here. But if you see the yellow, all this yellow standing for hope, brighter days will be ahead. Find time to keep a schedule. A lot of you might benefit if you keep a schedule. Don't just let all the days turn into one day. Try to get up at the same time and go to bed at the same time, because if you start getting up in the middle of the night, you're like, is today Thursday? Is today Saturday? Is it 1 in the afternoon, or is it 6 at night? I have no idea. It could start to, you feel like you're in a hole, make you feel like you are in prison, So try to keep a schedule, try to be as social as possible. Talk on the phone, FaceTime. Talk online, DM, social media, join chat rooms and chat groups and Facebook groups and things like that. Stay connected the best way possible so you don't feel like you're in prison, so you don't feel like you're just forgotten and left alone. And connecting with people like that might be part of your purpose. You may be someone who is tasked to bring together certain groups, like bring together women for the power of women empowerment. You may be a man who is tasked to bring together men to help them to awaken their divine masculine. You may be a teacher, or you may be someone who has been doing homeschooling, and now you can tell people how to come together and give them protocols and policy and kind of hold their hands along the way. You could be a DJ who's bringing together the community using your music. This can be a stepping stone or a springboard for part of your career, which is unification. So that may be part of the career as well, or part of the purpose as well. And then the last card that we have here is be open to receive. Now is a great time to be in receptive mode. It's a great time to practice the attitude of gratitude right now. I've been doing an abundance meditation for 30 days now. Well, 29 days. Today's the 30th, so tomorrow will be the last day. I've been doing it for the entire month of March, and I feel like it has brought like a tremendous amount of abundance into my life. So I'm going to be doing, and I listen to it right before I go to sleep every night, and I feel like it's reprogrammed my brain, because I'm seeing things differently, I'm perceiving things differently, and I'm open to receive. I was a chronic giver, like always giving, keeping my cup empty while showering other people. It's also just as important to be on the receiving end of the love you so freely give, of the blessings that you're giving to others. Receive the blessings and be grateful for them. Be grateful for them before you even receive them, knowing that they are on their way, okay? This is being receptive to friendship, to charity, to support, to love, to knowledge, being receptive to it all. So you have my chalice on my shirt here. And over here, the chalice is a symbol of receiving, letting things come in, filling up your cup. So now is the time to fill up your own cup. Is it laughter that you need? Watch some funny movies, call your funniest friends. Is it comfort food? Cook your favorite meal and don't feel guilty about it. Eat your favorite meal, enjoy your favorite meal. Is it love and affection? Allow yourself to receive that from your animals, from your children, from your significant other, from your families, from your friends. But it's time to receive, okay? It's also people who are receiving the call. If you've been saying 9/11 or 11/11, you're receiving that call right now to let you know it's time for you to wake up to your divine purpose, okay? You're going to feel uncomfortable. Life is going to make you feel real uncomfortable until you push out. It's kind of like, the sprout pushing out of the seed. If nothing made it uncomfortable, it would just stay a seed. Life makes it uncomfortable so it can push out of the seed. Life is making you uncomfortable right now so you can grow. The reason you're feeling bored, the reason you're feeling trapped, if you were in a room, right, and it was a small room and 100 people came in that room and you already don't like a lot of people around you, what are you going to do? You're going to stay in the room? No, you're going to leave the room. because now life has made you uncomfortable. Same thing with your purpose. You're going to keep feeling uncomfortable. You're going to feel like the walls are closing in on you. You're going to feel anxious because you feel like there's something that you need to do. There is. You need to align with your purpose. Because once you reach that state of alignment, it's no longer about hustling and let me see if I can have 4 jobs and 5 jobs. It's about let me do exactly what I love to do most so it doesn't feel like I'm working at all. And not only am I able to do what I love most, which keeps me happy, which keeps me in the attitude of gratitude, but I also get financially compensated for it. So I feel great now, you know? And as you feel great, as your vibration increases, the things you need, if it's money for your bills, if it's food, if it's new clothes, if it's travel, it's of a new hobby, because you're vibrating so high, think of yourself as a magnet, things just come to you. But when you're down here in this 3D and you're doubting yourself and you're sad and you're unsure, you can't attract the things you want. It takes very much longer, and you're attracting the things you fear from down here. When you're up here, you're attracting the things you want, all right? So please just consider finding your purpose, taking the first steps to work in that purpose. Again, I have the soul purpose readings, which are very, very popular to help you put you on your path of where you're supposed to be. The information on how to book readings with me is in the description box. The information on how to purchase this deck is in the description box. If you would be so kind as to subscribe to this channel if you found this message to be hopeful. Also, share it with somebody who might need to hear it. Comment, because I'm always responding to my comments. I would really appreciate it. Thank you to everyone who has donated to my business, to myself, to my family during this trying time. My PayPal and Cash App information is also in the description box if you would like to donate to the cause. I thank you so much for listening to this message and for spending this time every Monday with me. I hope to talk to you guys on next Monday, and I hope that you enjoy your week. Peace. Later, guys.